Hi, we're Team 16 and we were tasked by Mr. Cardella from Imagination Station to create an exhibit related to space for children aged from 8 to 14.
It is imperative to create the exhibit because it is important that children at younger ages should be exposed to a variety of STEM learning areas to start understanding it and possibly get interested in these subjects earlier on. In addition, a science center gives parents a place to take their children to learn and grow outside of a traditional classroom.
There are three main stakeholders for this exhibit: children, parents, and imagination stations. Hands-on activities are a great way to have children learn, and they need to have an opportunity to do so. Parents are stakeholders too because they can't always provide great learning experiences at home. Imagination stations need new exhibits to keep people coming back and keep children interested.
Our problem statement is as follows. It is imperative that children at younger ages be exposed to the many different concepts that differ on Earth and in space. Hopefully the kids will possibly get interested in these subjects and possibly even careers early on.
The constraints for this project includes: the exhibit must be desirable for Imagination Station and kids. The design must fit a specific budget of $2,000, including the take-home activities. It must be sustainable and durable, and the design must be implemented simply and should fit the space with a maximum height of approximately 10 feet and must be able to fit through the door or be assembled on site.
After working for several weeks, we finally came up with our final prototype. As you can see, we took a tub of water and we took some water balloons and we put them in the water, showing neutral buoyancy, which illustrates the concept of zero gravity in space. The balloon is allowed to float freely, which illustrates the zero gravity quality of space. Obviously, our prototype has a few key weaknesses. First of all, after a certain amount of time, the water balloons sometimes start to float. This is due to air getting into the balloons, and it causes them to not be neutrally buoyant anymore, so they float up to the top. As a result, this allows the exhibit to be slightly interactive, as kids can work on pushing down the balloons. In the full exhibit, we would try to use something different that would allow it so that it's always going to be floating and it won't float up to the top.
As you can see, this design is simple yet innovative. For the whole scale exhibit, we plan on using astronaut figurines placed in saturated water to allow them to float as neutrally buoyant objects. We learned three major things about our prototype through the peer review from our middle schoolers. One, most importantly, we learned that our design is fun. Two, many learn about the neutral buoyancy. Three, our prototype seemed to attract 8 to 10-year-olds more than others because of its looks, such as the color and balloons.
In the end, we're confident that our prototype does meet the needs of the stakeholders. For one, it is user desirable, as was shown by the peer review from the middle school students. Two, it is economically feasible because it's very cheap. Three, it is technically feasible because it's not hard to design the exhibit. And four, it is sustainable for long periods of time.